step by step. I think we're just improving the car a little bit, even throughout qualifying, following the track and also the wind a bit, because it's been quite strong the last 2 days. From there onwards, a little bit surprised, I would say, in Q3, because if you look at the lap times in Q2, I think Charles probably still has the fastest lap time. So it just shows that it's very close also for tomorrow. Even though I think I'm quite confident that we can have a strong race car tomorrow.
I'm not really pleased today. I'm a bit disappointed, obviously. I think we had the potential to have pole position. Unfortunately, in Q1 we went with 2 new softs, which I think we could have done something differently there. And obviously having 2 new softs in Q3 will have helped us to follow a bit more the track evolution, which was difficult for me because we went scrub and then new tires, and when I went on the new tires in Q3, the track had changed, the wind has changed a little bit, and then I found myself out of place. So.
Yeah, it feels like after 2 years, no matter what we did with the setup, the underlying issues of the last 2 years were always there, whereas now we've got a car that Lewis and I feel much more comfortable in. We can push it, we can be more aggressive with the setup, and Bahrain's been a bogey track, and here we are lining up P3. And really happy for the work the whole team have done, and excited for what's to bring.
After Q2, I was pretty confident. Low 29 was possible in this car and in these conditions, and for some reason that I don't fully understand, we were not able to find 2 or 3 tenths going into Q3, which is normally the progression that you find. So something to look into, something to analyze carefully. But apart from that, I think we've been very solid all weekend. We are top 4, with a very tight field, so it's something to be proud about, and now we look into tomorrow.
It's everything so tight up there. I didn't have a great turn 1, and that means 2 or 3 places, So given how tight everything is, unfortunately we lost a set going into Q2. We thought we were not safe, and then we were. We ended up aborting, but it was a scrap tire anyway, so we only had 1 shot. But things are really close, and I think tomorrow is a nice battle. It's going to be a nice battle ahead.
Incredibly happy with the performance of the car the whole weekend. I think winter testing was fine, but we didn't have the pace probably to match the front runners, and we were thinking that we were not that fast compared to Red Bull and Ferrari, and now we are in the same 10th of them in qualifying, which is a surprise, a massive surprise for us, so we take it. Free practice were okay, but free practice normally we run maybe a little bit more tune the engine or something, because in qualifying we see reality sometimes, but it was a very good surprise.
I just had a little oversteer on the exit of 1, and just as I came on throttle, and cost me easily 1.5 tenths, and 1.5 tenths today was P2. So frustrating, and then because of this I felt like I wanted to push a bit more. Wrong thing to do. And then I paid the price again in turn 4, made another couple mistakes. The rest of the lap was there or thereabouts, but honestly the car was easily good enough for a front row. And disappointed therefore I didn't deliver for it, but the team has done a great job. The car's feeling amazing, so I'm happy with that. Things have come together very well over the weekend. I just didn't deliver.
Car not feeling quite the same as it did yesterday night, so I have to look into why, but it's close, very close. I think we're in the mix roughly, but it seems very tight between everyone. Even I don't think Red Bull is quite as quick as everyone first feared. So. Hopefully that sets up an interesting year. We're certainly a bit happier than we were 12 months ago here. But bit of a tricky session, but we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
I wouldn't say that I'm surprised. I went a direction, I'm always taking risks, so I went a direction with my setup, and it was just, even from P3, it was possibly not the right one, but I think hopefully the right one for the race.
End of last year, I still managed to put it into Q3 a few times, and obviously we know from last year that this is really our strength. Looks like we haven't lost it, but we need to fix, the Sunday bit that we didn't have last year. So obviously that's, the most crucial point for us this season. So it feels better, but tomorrow, is the real test to see how much better it is for real.
really happy with the progress from yesterday. Struggled a lot yesterday, and I think still in the process to understand properly about our car. And I think we maximize it. I think with this car, just through the sessions, got better and better. So, and car felt good. So yeah, shame obviously didn't go through Q3, but at the same time, also pretty happy with my performance.
Yeah, the car felt pretty good. Yeah, not much in a very tight field.
How did you kind of knit that lap together? Can you kind of pinpoint where you might have just lost a little bit of time to not get into Q3?
Yeah, I actually was quicker in Q1 than Q2. I had some traffic, which cost me a couple tenths. So
I think there's a slight frustration in it because I know in our car we've got performance. We can't get there quite yet. I think we've got to wait a little bit of time to get there, but generally speaking, it's positive in some ways because I think we've got pace in the car, we just need to unlock it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say ever crossed the line feeling that content with the lap. So yeah, for sure some of that's on me. Maybe just not quite feeling the car where it needs to be on the edge. I think there's a little bit of course, a little bit in the car for me to get comfortable with, but in saying that, I think the weekend has been okay in terms of getting up to speed and feeling the car and the changes. So I'd probably just put more my hand up for this evening and not get too bogged down in it. But yeah, do I want to get those extra couple tenths the next qualifying? Absolutely, and I'll make sure I do. So it's all right.
For me, I can't be happy with that. You know, I didn't do a good lap in qualifying. So the positive thing is that we feel like we've made some progress with the car. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow for the race. I know the race pace is decent, so you know I think I'll be more competitive tomorrow.
We actually saw from the practice that it's going to be not easy to get through. It's so close and hard to predict, but definitely not where we want to be on the single lap performance. And we've seen a bit of a trend this weekend that always in the longer runs we are in a bit more comfortable place in terms of the pace compared to the competition. So single lap still seems to be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I think in general, before heading to qualify, we knew it's going to be very difficult to make into Q2. Very close, of course, 1:10, but my lap wasn't like say a massive mistake really. I had a little snap on the exit of last corner. Probably without I would be P16 instead of 17, but it wouldn't, a 10th. I don't think there was a lot more just to fun there, and it's been a little bit inconsistent over the weekend, so we need to still working on the car together.
First lap was only a few hundreds from making it through, so it shows the potential we had. The track evolution was at least 3-4 tenths through the session, but just didn't get the tire underneath me at all for the second run. I'm a little bit confused myself, to be honest. What went wrong between the two? So need to try and understand that, but the first run went great, so I was just expecting to do the same thing for the second one, but just didn't work out.
As I said in my radio message, I got faith, in that team. That team, some years ago were champion. These ideas were created in the same places in Enstone and Viry, and it can be done. But we need to stay all united, all motivated, and it's important that we go in the same line and we keep the chin up because. We need to be progressing, otherwise it's going to be a long year.
We knew it was going to be tough. I think we saw it coming, so not a surprise. At the same time, not ideal because we didn't do the best job we could today. We were the last cars out on track on that last run and run out of time on the outlap, and I ended up racing with Checo to. The time was running out, and it was a very poor outlap.